Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Envoy of Kairos returning to you for the next episode of Terraria. So, last time I managed to get my first kill on the Eye of Cthulhu, and I've got to manage to kill it 2 more times yet. So, real quick, I'm gonna just research this so I can get an infinite supply of them. And then once I do, I'm just gonna rapid fire summon 2 of these guys and kill them back to back. How's that sound? The biggest problem facing this asshole is that he's always got some obnoxious form of backup showing up at one time or another. Purely because even if he's not spawning his own units, it's nighttime and pretty much everything else is spawning. The only good thing about all those backup units is that I get a healthy stream of mana supplements, so I can just keep firing away with my staff. Did he just despawn? I was so close to beating him and he despawned. Well, I guess I'll go off and find something else to do until I can spawn more of him and get 2 more copies of his treasure bag. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I love being able to manipulate time in journey mode. And that indeed did it. Alright, all that's left now is to just do a bit of research. The Shield of Cthulhu is definitely getting equipped. That is a genuinely good item. Now, the Tendon Bow is a step up, so I will make that. Okay, next step. I think I should probably head into the Crimson and break up a, yeah, I should definitely try and break up 2 of the Crimson or not Crimson Orbs, the Crimson Hearts. So I can get a Goblin event to spawn. Okay, so it seems I was kinda wrong. Normal bombs don't spawn at all in the underground desert, and I'm gonna have to go look somewhere else to try and get some. Thankfully, I do know one other biome that has some materials I need. It is completely ripe for the picking, and now that I have this infinite supply of defensive potions and a pretty good supply of them on hand still, I should be okay to go explore there and try to gather some of that. And it doesn't look like I've gotten a single bomb from all of these yet. Do they not spawn from breaking jungle pots? Is it only pots in the main cave biome? So that's what it's starting to look like. In which case I came all the way over here and explored the underground desert all for nothing. It's gonna take forever to find any unbroken pots down here, isn't it? I say that, and there's one right over here, but they're not gonna spawn very often. I've just explored too much of the space down here, broken too many pots already. There's gonna be some respawning in a few familiar places, but... Okay, there's a... Oh, and now I have enough. And now I have an infinite supply of sticky bombs, which means I can easily tear my way through the Crimson and bust up 2 of those hearts. And with that done, I can finally start making some real progress. My next move, after I manage to bust up 2 of those, while I wait for a goblin invasion to come, I'm gonna try and make some temporary housing to suit the NPCs that'll spawn after that. Goblin, yeah, the Demolitionist should definitely spawn by now. Okay, and I think while I'm down here, before I do the whole goblin event setup, I think I'm gonna try and make this into a functioning arena. Okay, well, it looks like they won't work with background walls, but that's fine. I managed to get everything else in here. Now all that's left is to blow up some paths to each of these and break 2 of them. Okay, if I break another, I'll be in deep shit because I'm not ready to actually fight that asshole yet. But for when I do go to fight him, I want to be able to do a spree of all 3 at once, so... And that exposes all of them in this particular cave. Where's the next Crimson Den? One right over here. Alright, well, let's see if I can't get over there and get that arena set up too. Just need to get my supplies again. Yeah, I'm gonna be frank, in Master Mode, taking on the Brain of Cthulhu is quite the pain in the ass, and I'm definitely going to need some considerable buffs. Best way to go about that, try and beat a goblin invasion first, and then get the goblin NPC so I can use my infinite gold trick to just repeatedly re-roll the stats on all of my equipment until it's busted. Always too many of you assholes spawning every time I try setting up an arena. Then again, it's not as bad as that one time I was trying to build an arena for the solar eclipse. And yeah, actually I was trying to build an arena that would work for all of the different invasion types. Just to have a secure location with a ton of traps to set off and a lot of backup with, like, machines that summoned extra health and mana for me. All of a sudden, the solar eclipse starts up after I had started building the lava trap, but I overfilled it slightly. So, a lot of enemies kept dropping into the lava trap and getting killed by that, which was part of the intention, yes, but they kept dropping into it, and then since the lava was too deep, the stuff that they dropped would be just gone. So I was losing a shitload of incredibly valuable raw materials that only generate from enemies that only spawn during the solar eclipse. Next thing you know, I was missing out on shit like the Broken Hero Sword, and getting a good number of those is a pain in the dick, and you don't ever really need that many, but missing any at all because of how rare they are is horrible. And I'm teleporting home to do a little research and then try to build some... yeah, try to build some temporary housing so more NPCs will spawn. And the goblin army is already coming when I'm in the middle of building NPC houses. Of course. And they're here already. That was fast. Ah, the guide is dead. Well, whatever. Does anyone ever really give a bit of shit about the guide dying? Really? And they are slain. Okay. Definitely not the best apartment complex I've made in Terraria for temporary housing, but it's certainly a suitable one. I mean, I've got 4 new NPCs housed in here, another one that could easily spawn at any time. Okay, that is just a temporary solution. But for now, it will most certainly do. So I've now got room for 3 more NPCs to spawn in. I already got another 4 just during this building process. And now I'm gonna see what I can get from them. Okay, this is a pretty good haul of stuff for me to research real quick. So, building some greenery is gonna get really easy now that I've got these flower and grass walls I can place. I can now plant my own pumpkins. I've got planting boxes for herbs and whatever flowers I want to put into any builds, which eventually I'll do that. Not in any rush to right now. And I've got access to what is currently the best available gun in the game. The Mini Shark. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am now in a pretty solid position to just start doling out absurd amounts of damage. And another NPC has already spawned. Okay, what have you got for me, good sir? Well, that will certainly be useful. And these. And thankfully, grenades do no terrain damage. The dynamite most certainly does, and I am not going to be using that for anything. Grenades, though, those I'm probably going to be using a lot of once I get into combat. Because I think grenades actually do... I'm pretty sure grenades actually blow up on impact with enemies, but I need to go actually find an enemy to test that. they do indeed blow up on impact with enemies. They just happen to damage me too. Now all that's left is to go and find the next available NPC that actually spawns. And now the painter has spawned, so that gives me a whole new slew of stuff I can do decoratively. And it's not going to be long before I start actually building NPC houses. And for now, I'm just going to keep diving down here until my enemy radar tells me that there's something rare nearby, and that would of course be the bound goblin. Hey, it's already shown up on there. I just need to find wherever the hell this guy has appeared. Okay, here's the bound goblin. And then I'm gonna need you to reforge all my shit. Legendary, here we go. You know what? I think I'll keep demonic. Now with the Hermes boots and the rocket boots, I now have Spectre boots. Now, sorry slime, but I've got a pet fennec fox now, so... Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a very eventful and effective session. So, I've beaten a goblin invasion. I summoned an infinite number of Eyes of Cthulhu and managed to get an infinite number of its bag. I've now got a shitload of new NPCs who's given me a lot of new stuff. Before I close the game after this recording session, I'm going to get everything the painter has for me and get that into my stocks. Of course, to get all those NPCs, I built this great new little apartment complex with room for 2 per apartment, minimum. There's 3 for the larger one. Honestly, I love how this one turned out, and next time when we pick things back up, I'm going to buff myself up to go and trash this guy 3 times. And with that done, my next goal will be heading down to hell. And it doesn't look like it'll take too long for me to do that if I follow the paths that I've already dug out for myself, considering I've already gotten nearly to lava depth. It won't take me that long to get all the way down there. So, this is Envoy of Kairos, signing out. And I'll see all of you guys again in 2 weeks for the next episode. When that comes along, it's gonna be damn good. Later, guys.